Well, what do we have here? We have some overwintered plants. That's right. So what I'm going to do is just show you real quick how to reintroduce these into society today. So sorry I'm a little bit far away from the camera, and so the sound may not come out as crisp as usual, but I'll just speak clearly. So what I got here is I got some nice new dirt in these pots. Hopefully you can see everything. I try to set this up so you can watch what I'm doing as I'm doing it. All right, so let's do this Apocalypse Scorpion first and foremost. All I'm going to do is this. Tip this baby, loosen this up so the whole thing comes out. I'm just gonna tip it up like so. I'm making a little bit of a mess. That's all right. That's why I'm doing this on a countertop. So I'm doing is this has got good moisture. This gives you a chance to feel how much water it might need also. I'm just loosening up the root ball a little bit in case it's root bound. And this does have some decent roots going on for being an overwintered plant. And I'm just gonna take this bad boy, put her in the soil like so. And then I'm gonna take some dirt and I'm gonna backfill it. So these plants, I talked about them already if you haven't watched my other videos. These were not probably the best plants to overwinter, but I did anyway. Nevertheless, they're more of an experiment, but they're doing good. These were plants that I bought from a nursery last August. They were $1.75 a piece. They were on sale. Of course, the season's, you're well into the season. These already had fruited. But yeah, they had about, I don't know, from 8 to 12 pods, but I'd say an average of 10 pods on each plant. So 10 pods for $1.75 is a steal. I picked a bunch of them, made a nice hot sauce, and then I threw the plants in some dirt and threw them out behind a shed out in back of my work. And they continued to grow. They didn't grow, they were root bound and they were already the size basically. But they produce a little bit more fruit. So I got my $1.75 worth, definitely. And then what I did was I chopped them down. See where I cut it right there? And I cut all the foliage off actually. And I put them in front of a window with ambient light. And let them just kind of stay in dormant mode. Didn't give them too much water. And so now, what I did was open up the shades all the way. I've been letting them they're getting like 4 to 5 hours worth of sunlight through the window a day. And like I said, the roots are pretty moist on this. So I'm gonna go real easy with the water because you don't want to give it too much water. What'll happen is the stalk will start to rot. So I'm just giving it some because the soil was not pre-moistened. It wasn't too dry, but I'm just giving it a little bit around the edges. Like I said, I just watered these yesterday, so they are good. So that's it. Reintroduce them with what I say is I had shades, on the window. I had the shades just cracked throughout the winter. So they were just getting little bits of sunlight, whatever ambient light from the lights on. They survived really well. Then what I did was about a month ago, I opened the shades up. Still the shades were down, but they were open. So they were getting like 50% of the light. And then I took the shades all the way up, gave them direct sunlight in the window, and now they are doing pretty good. They have enough leaves on them to where they will photosynthesize well. And so yeah, I ain't worried about nothing. But anyways, that's just how, of course, when you overwinter, all you're doing is you're gonna take and chop the plant down and chop some of the roots off and put it in a smaller pot. Last year they were in pots like this, 5-gallon. This thing here is, I think, I don't know, maybe 1.5 to 2 gallons. It's smaller than a 3, I know that. So whatever it is, throw them in there. Don't give them too much water. And what they do is they go into like dormant mode. And if they do start getting leaves, a lot of times that's fine. The leaves will just fall off and they'll grow new ones. But this one here, yeah, it's not doing bad at all. I'm testing out to see how the production will be on these. Being that they weren't really cared for, like I said, they were kind of rescue plants. I'm gonna see how they do and how they reproduce. Now I have better plants that I've started from seed this year that I've topped that have like, I mean, 5 or 6 branches coming out 1 inch or 2 inches above the soil. Those plants I will overwinter at the end of this year. And those plants will just be massive, and I'm sure they'll produce like crazy next year. And I do have a couple of overwinter plants that are way better than these. But these ones here, yeah. I mean, hey, I bought them $1.75 a plant, got the peppers off them, threw them outside of my work, got a little bit more peppers off of them, and I just chopped them down and threw them in the window, and give them water probably once every 2 weeks. So that's about it. I'm going to continue to pot these up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Overwintering pepper plants and also reintroducing overwintered pepper plants back into the wild.